Good evening and welcome to the Planning Board meeting for June 25th. It is 6:03 and I'm going to call this meeting to order. We're going to start with an invocation by Vice Chair Eaton, and I'll lead the flag salute.
Please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the ability to come together tonight. We pray that you will guide this meeting so that we can provide fair and respectful judgment for the citizens of Burbank and the issues before us tonight. Amen.
Thank you. Will you please join me in saluting our flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can we have the roll call, please?
Yes. Board Member Liu?
Present.
Board Member Hadian?
Present.
Vice Chair Eaton?
Here.
And Chairperson Rosati?
I am here.
And Board Member Atukanian? For the record, Board Member Atukanian is absent. He did, though, inform us he was not going to be able to attend about a week ago. So.
Yes. Any announcements?
The only thing I wanted to request, not an announcement per se, but a modification, if the majority of the board agrees, is in the agenda itself. At the latter part of the meeting, we had reports slated prior to oral communications, but if the board so agrees unanimously to modify that and allow oral communications to happen before reports, that would greatly be appreciated.
I agree.
Sounds like it's unanimous.
Board members?
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
So the agenda for June 25th would be modified to put oral communications prior to the reports after the scheduled hearing item.
Noted. Let's roll into our first hearing and our only hearing. Project number 17-0008393, conditional use permit for 4412 Victory Boulevard. This is the time and place for the hearing on project number 17-0008393 concerning an application for conditional use permit to allow incidental sale of beer and wine for on-site consumption in conjunction with the operation of an existing restaurant. The applicant is Annabelle Guerrero for Ensenada Kitchen, and the project is located at 4412 West Victory Boulevard. Before we begin, do any planning board members have any legal or other conflict of interest relating to this hearing?
No.
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 No. Have any planning board members had any communications, including written, oral, with the applicant or the applicant's representative or any other person?
No.
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 No. Mr. Ramirez, have the notices by law been required by law been given?
Yes, they have.
Are there any written communications on this matter?
There were 2 written communications that were provided as part of your agenda packet, but besides those, no others were received.
Thank you. Will the representative of the Community Development Department please introduce yourself and summarize the matter for us?
Good evening, Chair Rizzotti and members of Planning Board. My name is Shipra Rajesh, Assistant Planner with the Planning Division. Could I please have the presentation? I'm here to present a request made by Ensenada Kitchen for a conditional use permit to authorize incidental sale of beer and wine for on-site consumption in conjunction with the operation of existing restaurant. Ensenada Kitchen has been operational since March 2018 as a full-service sit-down restaurant. The applicant is requesting for a Type 41 license from California Department of Alcoholic Beverage and Control, which will allow the restaurant to sell beer and wine for on-site sale and consumption in conjunction with the continued operation of the existing restaurant, so long as the city grants the restaurant CUP. The municipal code requires restaurants located within 150 feet of residentially zoned property to apply for CUP in order to authorize on-site sale and consumption of alcoholic beverages. This is the zoning map for the site. The project site is Ensenada Kitchen. It is located at the intersection of West Victory and North Clybourne Avenue. The project site is Zone C3 for Commercial General Business Zone, and the general plan designation is Corridor Commercial. C3 zone permits a mix of uses, including general business establishments and other commercial uses. This is the aerial view of the project site. The property is located along West Victory Boulevard, which is a major arterial. The subject property is surrounded by a mix of commercial uses located on West Victory Boulevard and residential uses located towards the north and south of the project site. This slide shows the site plan of the project site. The project site is located within a multi-tenant commercial building. There is an existing retail store located adjacent to the project site. Parking lot for on-site parking is located in front of the restaurant, providing driveway access from West Victory and North Clybourne Avenue. The existing 22 on-site parking spaces are code compliant for the existing development on the lot. It is staff's assessment that allowing incidental sale of beer and wine in conjunction with the operations of existing restaurant will not change the demand for parking. This is the floor plan for the restaurant. There will be no interior or exterior alterations made to the existing restaurant to accommodate the sales of beer and wine. Additionally, no bar or lounge area is being proposed as a part of this project. As indicated on the floor plan, the area marked in yellow represents the dining and reception area, and the area marked in blue is the kitchen area. The area marked in red is the 78 square feet storage area, which will be used for storing beer and wine. This area constitutes 6% of the existing tenant space. The code allows 15% of the floor area to be devoted primarily towards sale and consumption of alcohol. Ensenada Kitchen operates from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sundays. With the CUP, the applicant is requesting a change in the hours of operation to 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. 8 a.m. to 12 a.m. 7 days a week. Per code, an amendment to the CUP shall be required if the applicant wishes to extend the hours of operation past midnight. As a condition of approval of the CUP, the applicant will be allowed to sell beer and wine for on-site consumption as an incidental use to the existing restaurant only during the restaurant's business hours when the food service is available. Additionally, the code requires that minimum 65% of the total revenue of the establishment must be from food sales to ensure that sale of alcohol is incidental to the sale of food. As specified in Exhibit E, staff received 2 public comments, one favoring the on-site incidental sale and consumption of beer and wine, and the other opposing the request, expressing concerns regarding potential public nuisances resulting from alcohol consumption. In light of the concerns raised, the conditions of approval has been modified to include prohibition of loitering in the project site, including the parking lot and the abutting alley area. A copy of updated resolution is in front of you. The conditions of approval established as a part of the CUP provides additional safeguards to prevent public nuisances by limiting on-site sale and consumption of beer and wine to restaurants' business hours and prohibiting any bar or lounge areas, including live entertainment or a dance floor. Additionally, consumption of alcoholic beverages will not be allowed outside the premises of the restaurant. Furthermore, failure to comply with any of the CUP's conditions of approval would make the CUP subject to possible revocation per Burbank Municipal Code. It is staff's assessment that allowing on-site incidental sale of beer and wine will not adversely impact the neighborhood in terms of increasing traffic, noise, or potential public nuisances. The staff recommends that Planning Board approve the project by adopting the following motion. A resolution of the Planning Board of the City of Burbank approving project number 17-000-8393, a request for a conditional use permit allowing the incidental sale of beer and wine for on-site consumption in conjunction with the operation of the restaurant based on findings of fact and subject to the recommended conditions of approval as amended. This concludes my presentation. Staff is available for any questions.
Well, thank you. Before we open up the hearing to the public, I would invite the applicant or their representative to address the planning board. You will have a maximum time of 15 minutes to make your presentation. Good evening.
Good evening, board members, staff. Aníbal Guerrero with Guerrero Services here representing, excuse me, Ensenada Kitchen and Mr. Mushmel Aziz, who is the landlord and the operator of Ensenada Kitchen. The restaurant is owned and operated by Mr. Sam Mushmel and family and friends. The Mushmel family has not only been residents of Burbank, but they've been serving the West Burbank community since 1981. They own the retail space right next door and the land. The Mexican cuisine restaurant is family oriented. It's inviting. It's got cultural motifs throughout the outside, inside of the venue. The dining environment is clean, and it's known for including some fresh traditional dishes and healthy options. The Mushmel family has helped local groups by supporting St. Patrick's Catholic School, although it's not in the city of Burbank. They're the closest school that is near to the site, and they always tend to help out youth groups, baseball and after-school activities for the school, and other groups that come in and ask for help. To inform and outreach the surrounding residents, there was a minor door-to-door campaign that was done with the staff of the restaurant. We were able to attain a total of 61 support cards from residents living within 1,000 feet of the site. I'd like to pass these over to whoever I need to. Thank you. Similarly, we also asked patrons of the restaurant to ask if they would have, if they had an option, would they be lenient to and would they would like beer and wine products. And of course, the immediate answer was when, how soon. And so we got some more signatures. Got another 110 from patrons that have visited the restaurant as of now. So I'd like to hand those over as well. Mr. Mushmel and family are able and willing to adhere to any and all conditions that are set forth in the conditional use permit, as they want to continue being a good neighbor and a family-friendly business. For security purposes, an interactive video camera system has been installed both in the inside and the outside of the facility, including the alley area, which can be shared with and features modified at the direction of the Burbank Police Department and any other law enforcement agency. So for now, that concludes my presentation. If there's any other questions, or I'm not sure, do we stay up here? Or? Oh.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We will now open up the public hearing to hear from any persons in the audience who wish to speak on this matter. Each person may address the planning board for a maximum time of 3 minutes. Seeing none, would the representative of the Community Development Department like to make any further comments? That's a no?
We have no further comments.
Thank you. Does the applicant or their representative wish to make any further comments? And that's a no as well. Does the board have any questions for staff or the applicant? Vice Chair?
Thank you, Chair. I have a question for the applicant. Sure. You mentioned that the video monitoring system, is that new or has that been in place?
It's just got installed recently.
Okay.
With the restaurant came, they wanted to have that out there so that be vigilant of what goes on in and around the.
And that was done before this application or after?
Just recently, I'd say in the last month and a half. So I guess it's around the same time.
Is it in response to complaints or anything from the?
No.
No?
Not at all.
And it will be monitored the whole time that you're open?
I guess it's, well, they have similar televisions like this, both in the restaurant and in a closet room, let's call it, where they're constantly looking at what's going on.
So there is somebody constantly looking at it? It's not just...
Let's say this is a reception area. There's a monitor right in front.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Board Member Hadian?
I have a question for applicant. Have you filed an application with ABC?
initially there was an application filed. It was before I was brought in, but there were some changes and a lot of mistakes done with the application that they pulled the application. So as of right now, has not been accepted yet from ABC's.
But it's pending, or
pending.
you have to start over?
We started all over.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Mhm.
I have a question for staff. I have a question about hours of operation. I see on Exhibit A5,
Mhm.
15, it's 8 to 12, 7 days a week. And on the application, it's 8 to 11, 7 days a week. And then I have different hours of operation on the presentation that we just looked at. So which one is the final one?
It's going to be from 8 to midnight. Initially, when they applied, they wanted to change the timing to 8 to 11 p.m. Currently, they operate from 9 to 9. But as we started reviewing the project, they made a request to change it to midnight, which is allowed by right.
So it's 8 a.m. to midnight,
8 a.m.
7 days a week.
Yes, ma'am.
And one more question about the area of sitting area. Does ABC license go with this sitting area, or how do they work? Because this has to match with their application. I see 1150 on the application and a different number, 1150 on the application form, and I see it's a different number.
So, board member Hadian, on the floor plan, it shows 1390 square feet.
1390.
Yeah. So we would verify the square footages, but when it actually gets submitted to ABC, it'll be submitted. Their application request will be submitted with the exhibits, which include the resolution and the conditions of approval. So we'll confirm the square footages so that they match.
Thank you. No question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Board Member Liu?
I have a question, Mr. Guerrero. Thank you for being here.
Of course.
Sorry, on the cameras, just clarification again. Where are they? In the parking lot and
There's
in the
16
alley?
cameras all around, both inside and outside of the facility, all throughout the front, side where there's an empty lot, and the alleyway as well.
Okay, great. So, yeah, I just wanted to note that the amended resolution has that no loitering in the parking
Correct.
lot and the alley. So just want to make sure that that is
Definitely,
complied
definitely.
with. Thank
No,
you so much.
Sure.
Any other questions for staff or the applicant? Seeing none, I'm going to declare the hearing closed, and the planning board will now deliberate. What is the planning board's pleasure? Board Member Liu?
This seems like a pretty straightforward case, and I am fine with agreeing with the findings in the staff report.
Board Member Hadian?
I also support the conditional use permit. Just want to make sure that the square footage of restaurant area and the hours of operation match with your application on ABC. They sometimes reject the applications, and you don't want to go back to Planning Commission. Thank you.
Vice Chair Eaton?
I too can make the findings for the CUP. I think that the addition of the video monitoring system kind of answers some of the complaints maybe that have come from some of the nearby residents. And as long as you're being diligent and keeping track of that, I find no reason for this not to go forward.
Somebody want to make the appropriate motion?
I can go ahead. I move that the planning board approve the amended resolution of the planning board of the city of Burbank approving project number 17-0008393, a request for a conditional use permit allowing for the incidental sale of beer and wine for on-site consumption in conjunction with the operation of an existing restaurant based on the findings of fact and subject to the recommended conditions of approval.
I second it.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any other dialogue All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposing? Seeing none, no abstentions, motion passes 4-0.
And just a board and chairperson, so this would be with the amended conditions of approval?
The amended, correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We will now move to oral communications. Oral communications are limited to items not on the planning board's agenda, and comments are limited to 3 minutes. Seeing none? Any reports?
No reports.
Okay. Approval of the minutes from July 11th. Have we had a chance to review those minutes? If so, please make the appropriate motion.
I can make a motion to approve the minutes from the meeting from June 11th, 2018.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Against? And any abstentions? Seeing none, motion passes. Thank you. Items from the planning board. Planning board members may introduce new items for discussion, but no action may take place except to place it on a future agenda. No one's. Thank you. City planner comments.
None at this time.
None? Okay, so we're going to adjourn this meeting to July 23rd, 2018. Have a wonderful 4th of July.